gonna be like a quick story, but I mean like it's not that entertaining, but y'all can like tune in or whatever. I don't really fucking care. So like I'm gonna tell like multiple short stories, but whatever. There was one time when like towards the end of like math class, I guess. My math teacher came out to me and she was like, "Hey, so like keep in mind she has like a thick accent because like first of all like she's like Asian and I don't know if she's like Chinese or whatever, but I'm just gonna say that she's Asian because like she has like she definitely has like Asian features and has that like Chinese accent, but yeah, she was like, "Hey, like name I don't want to go by, so I'm just gonna say name. Hey, name. Do you go by name or Italia?" I was like, "Italia. Why?" And she was like, "Well, Miss Karen, I was like, you know, talking about. I think they were talking about me, but I'm not sure. But they were like, hey, like we were just like, she was like, like Miss Karen and her were like talking, and like at some point they like mentioned me, and they were like, no, it's Kelsey. Like with like my math teacher was like that, but my other math teacher, she's not like a math teacher, but like she kind of like helps with your classes or whatever. Kind of like a little assistant basically. Like she basically helps with like math and like social studies, like classes like those. Not like ELA though, like not English. And she was like, no, it's Italia, and I was kind of like going back and forth about it because like I kind of go like by like multiple names. I mean not multiple, but like I usually go by Italia, but like the thing is like I don't usually tell people about my preferred name because like they hear me out this I know this like sketch kind of looks ugly, but I'm gonna fix it later on. Shoot, like let me give you an example. On the first day of school, like I introduced myself to like a teacher that I never talked to. Like I don't know about them, like you know, and they were called my name and stuff. Like, do you really expect to be like, oh, I got my Italia? Like, I don't usually say that out loud. Like, I don't. Sorry, just kind of like burps. Um, I don't like tell them like directly. I don't tell. Sorry, I also it's not hiccup. So like, I don't tell them that because like they're gonna be like, hey, like, are you in the wrong class? Or like, oh, I don't recognize that name. You know. And so that's kind of like a little awkward for me to be in that position. So I just kind of like hint them, and I'd be like, write my name, my preferred name on like worksheets and stuff. And I just like remind them like, hey, I go by this name, but not that name. So, call me that, you know? So yeah, that's basically what happened. And she was basically like, oh, okay, after she told me that thing. And let me tell y'all about like another story, the one that didn't happen not too long ago. And when I mean even not too long ago, I mean like around like I don't know, like around 3:48. So I had to leave. I had to leave my house. I mean, because like first of all, I mean not first of all, but like I had to go like a doctor's appointment for my eyes because like my mother has noticed that it was actually getting worse since the last time when like did like my little checkup. Because and the thing is I was supposed to go there in like 3 months, so like March or April. But no, but my, but because of my eyes like getting like red and like I look a little high, my mother was like extremely concerned. So like she made like an appointment immediately. And the thing is, I had to stay at home, not because I have like corona and stuff. I didn't quarantine, but like, I mean, kind of, yeah, but like, I had to stay because like on Friday, I, I was sick, but in reality, I wasn't sick actually. I didn't want to go to school because the thing is, that day was an 8A, and 80s are, the classes that I don't like, aka also known as the classes are, the odd classes. So basically, what I'm trying to say is, it's like your first class advisory, which you can do pretty much whatever you want there, unless like you have some kind of like lesson or something we have to do for the school, like doing something for your schedule and stuff. But besides that, third period, which is math for me. Wait, I forgot to mention that my first class is ELA, like, English, but I call it ELA. Um, fifth is math, like normal math. Um, forgot to mention that um, third period, like math, is like it's not like a normal math, but like it's not like all your like really hard classes. It's just like I don't know, like one of those more calmer classes, I guess. I mean, the class I'm stuck in, like the classmates I have, aren't like that too chill, but like they're not like I don't know, like devils. And then after fifth period, the normal class, I have gym. I hate gym. Like it's just so boring, and you don't do much in the class because Corona and stuff. So like it prevented like a lot of stuff. But then stuff like from us like doing like stuff like the pacer test and shit. So yeah, sorry I kind of like move that camera. Like I'm not used to doing this stuff. And so it kind of backfired. I mean, at first I thought it backfired because I kind of got in a little bit of trouble. Because, like, something happened in the class I was in the day before. Like, which, on sixth period, I mean, I didn't, like, act out. Oh my god, why does it look so ugly? I'm gonna fix it. Um, yeah, I was like, oh, I'm gonna, for context, I think it was like after a playing test on orchestra, cause like we had to like for like a major grade, I guess, and there's this kid named um Maria. I think it's her name, but I'm gonna call her Mary, cause like why the fuck not? She was like she she asked the teacher to like say her grades, to her, but not in like private, but not like out loud. And she was like, "Hey, can you like say my name, my grades?" And he told him, and the teacher told her, Mary her grades, and she was like, "Oh, my mother's not gonna be happy," and blah 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 blah. And I made like a little, sorry, it was kind of blurry, and I made a joke, which I responded to that. Ooh, she finna whoop your ass, and my teacher was like, kind of like his reaction, he was like, "What did you say?" He was basically like that. And he was like, "What do you say? Office now?" Like, I just got myself in trouble again. Like, this is not the first time I got in trouble. Like, I got in trouble like plenty of times before, even back like in sixth grade or so. And so I went to this fucking office, his basic, ugly, musty looking office. And it was like, what did you just say? Like, can you repeat it? And I was just like I wasn't even hesitating. I was like, ooh, she wanna whoop your ass. And then he was like, yeah, you're definitely gonna get an infraction. Infractions are like after you give like the student a warning, like it's just like it's like a bad thing basically. But like after you get like I think like 5 infractions, you get like an office referral, which you definitely don't want to get. And so he was like, "Yeah, I'm 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 sorry, but I had to give you an infraction, and I had to call your mom." Which the thing is, my mom doesn't speak English, so he was like, and so he had to get like one of the office ladies that speak Spanish to like tell her that, and yada yada yada. Like and like at some point, I no sorry, kind of got mixed up, and it was like, please don't. And a little later on, shortly after that, it was somewhat brought up, like not like directly, but like I was like, oh, please don't call my mom, Mr. DL. Please don't call my mom. And he was like, I'm not. And so, fast forward to after school. I mean, like, way after school. And I was, it was like Thursday, which is, I was, entered my parents' room. Like, they don't mind if I come into the room, like, if I knocked or not. As long I mean, I do knock because like I don't want them walking in doing the dirty. I mean, even though they locked their doors. And so I can enter the room because I want to talk to my mom, but my mom wasn't on her bed in her bed like usual. She was in the she was in the restroom like taking a bath, and I asked her, and this is like where I pretended to be sick, like having like a horrible headache, which I didn't actually have one, and I tried to look like I have it. And I was like, Ma, can you please? Ma, my head's not feeling any better. And, stuff went on. And my mother brought up this. This, I mean, her, her, her English is a little broken, so I'm like, gonna say what she's actually trying to say in the fluent version. She was like, oh, the school one of school secretary ladies, like the front office ladies, said that Mr. Leon told him that like you know made him call her because like I said something really inappropriate to Mr. to your teacher at class and yada yada yada. Like I didn't get a huge trouble, but I was they're definitely like disappointed, but not like shocked. And she was like I'm gonna need your phone. Like you have like no chances left. But like my dad was a little easy on me. He was like, it, Italia, I'm gonna give you one last chance. And like if I break that chance, I'm gonna get my stuff taken away, which I definitely don't want that to happen. But I'm just gonna stop drawing because like I was just getting a little tired, so like my parents are like, oh, they're talking about me about it for a bit, and then my mom was like, oh, sweetie, you need to rest, like she did give me a pill that day to like ease the headache, but the day after it got quote unquote worse, because I faked it. Like, I mean, technically wasn't faking it, because, like, when you get, like, a headache, but not, like, one of those, like, severe headaches, like, it hurts really bad kind of headache. It kind of, Sorry. Uh, I'm gonna talk a little bit more quieter. Cause you were sleeping and my mom just like, called me to like, I mean not called me, but like, she told me, I don't know if you heard of it, she told me to like go back to sleep. So I'm just gonna be a little more quieter. And so basically I faked, having a, oh, no, I was talking about how, how you like, you know, they would just say like, it's like a bell, like a small bell, like it can't, when you shake it, but not in like an aggressive way, yeah, but in a like, you're barely moving it kind of way, but you can still feel it. Yeah, it's basically like that for me. I hope y'all get it though. It was like, my kind of, my headache's getting worse. And she was like, do you need to stay home? And I was like, yeah, that this is how it basically went by way. And my mother and my father was like, they just kind of like got up, like they're still in their beds and stuff. Yeah, they're like, Are you, do you want her to stay home? And they were like, yeah. And my mother or my father said, yeah, you can stay home. You can stay, just take a rest. Like, just rest, sweetie. And I was like, thank you. And so I left the room. And I was like, yes. Like, I was just so shocked. Like, I was just so happy that, like, they didn't, like, notice it. And so skip, fast forward to, took around 12 or 11 or 10. But 11 probably. And the sun's like pretty much like shiny, but like it's a little cloudy, but like my mother like told me and my sister to like get ready. I was like, why, you know? And my mother was like, you need to get tested if you have COVID or not. I was like, girl, like I don't got COVID. Like I know like COVID takes like some time to like show your symptoms, but like if I were to have like COVID, I think like my symptoms will like start showing already. I don't know about much about COVID. Even I had like people who experienced COVID in their past, but like, I think like my mom like contacted the school, and she was like, "Hey, my daughter won't like make it because like she's sick, and stuff." And I think like the school recommend her to like for her to get like tested to see if I cover or not just in case. And she was like, okay. And like, she took me to like this like free COVID testing place, which is where I live. It's like, and it's where like a gas station is. And the thing is, it was kind of like where like you feel your tanks or whatever it's called. I don't know much about cars. And so like this like dude, lady, whatever. I couldn't tell if there were like some trans guy who's just like transitioning, or like a girl who's like who just looks like a dude. But there's this person who like came out and it was like, hey, kind of like fill, like the person gave my mom like a form to like fill out and stuff, like the email and stuff, my name, and they were like, oh, is she the only one getting tested? And like I was like, yeah. And I got tested like a cotton swab. But the thing is, how like when you get tested, like those like swab thingies, they go like all the way, kind of like up to her nose, almost as like kind of like your reaching point. Get what I mean? And like, you know, got tested. It, but the thing is, it was like a cotton swab. Keep in mind, like, it's like one of those long ones. And it's like I got tested, and then like, today, I think like the results actually came in, and I got tested negative because I'm a bad bitch. So on the way to the doctors, on the, on the way to the doctors, my mom called up the school, and she was like, "Hey, still my daughter tested negative, and she's gonna come to school tomorrow." And and the school secretary, like, who was like calling my mom, she was like, "Oh, great. I just need to see like the results, for like proof and shit, and like some other stuff they said, which I'm not really gonna mention in the video, not because of like privacy reasons, but like, I just don't feel like telling, and like this video's getting a bit long. So if you hear like any talking in the background, that's my mother. But like, she was like, "Oh, that's great," and yada yada yada. We went to the doctor. I'm gonna tell you what happened there, since there's been stuff that happened that it's gonna be for like another time actually, because like this video is getting kind of long already, and I don't want to like wake anyone up at this time, even though it's not like 12 or whatever. But yeah, I hope y'all like it. I know it's not that good, but I just love telling stories. It's just my thing. But without further ado, I hope y'all have a good night, afternoon, evening, day, whatever y'all live. And yeah, I just want to say bye. Wait, that's shit. What the fuck?